The Compatriots, 2024. This is a very timely tale. It's about Javi, who is an undocumented young man, very much at risk of being deported. He's a student, he works in a cafe to earn money. His father seems probably fairly anti-LGBTQIA+, and Javi is gay. He's got a boyfriend whom he is reluctant to invite home, and that's one of the problems because his boyfriend gets rather angry with him and dumps him on the spot, saying that if he can't be himself, then this guy's not going to go with him. Um, and He says he's just getting through the day. It feels really like it. His college tutor seems like potential support. He's offering him suggestions, ways forward, possibilities of teaching the class because he's really talented. And it feels so frustrating because Javi says he can't do it. He's really not in the right place. I guess that's what it is. He would be great, and the tutor is gay and really, I mean, he he's quite instrumental in the film, along with two other characters, and these are Hunter and Tracy. Now, Harvey is played by Raphael Silva. Hunter is played by Dennis Shepherd, and Tracy's played by Caroline Portu. And Hunter is friends with both Harvey and Tracy, and he fancies Tracy. And I'm not sure if it's reciprocal. I mean, Tracy, in a way, is kicking him out the window, not very keen at all on her family finding out about him. So there's kind of a parallel in some respects, but it's a bit different. Um, and he kind of winds her up by still, coming along. As soon as she's kicked him out, he appears round the corner, back in the place, sort of offering to help and do things, um, but they do really get on in some respects. Um, but the complication comes because Harvey, when he's working in the cafe, he gets a warning from his boss that the immigration people, I can't remember if they're called ICE at this point. I guess they probably are. They're looking for undocumented people. They're doing a raid, and an associate overhears about the possibility of helping out ICE, and so there's a complication because he is more or less going to do their dirty work and help them get to Javi. So there's that complication. Um, Javi's lawyer doesn't like what Javi's suggestion is for how to get out of his predicament, which is to get married, especially since the idea comes up that Hunter and him are going to pretend to be a couple and he's going to get married. And it's just like, it seems, oh gosh, this is going to turn out terribly. There's so much risk. I mean, oh gosh, I remember films like Green Card from years ago, and this is like an LGBTQIA plus version of it. I can't remember. I think it might even be based on a true story or have some truth in the story, but not sure because putting it into film, it would almost like put at risk um, the person who Harvey is based on. But Hunter is straight, so that's clear. And by agreeing to do this systemic way of duping ICE, you can see it's going to be really difficult. But he's quite determined to help. And the thing is, um, Tracy's impressed as well. At least, whilst I mean, there's all these complications which I won't go into explaining too much, but you can tell how the tension is built up because there's time is running out. This other character, um, Ryan, I think his name is, who is keen on doing the dirty on Harvey. Ryan's played by Dakota Lustig, and you just think, oh my gosh, it's going to be really messy. Um, I mean, one thing about it, all the way through this film, I was thinking about there's a comedic element to this, and yet things have taken a horrendous turn for the worse since 2024, or even before whenever this film was made. I mean, it's really awful what's happening now with the snatch squads, with masked men on the streets. The people, especially in places like Chicago and Portland and many other places. Um, it's, um, I mean, why? Uh, I mean, I've seen too many videos that are just really distressing. And it's awful to consider that even um, that kind of regime um, is um, accepted by so many people in the US on the on one particular side, but there's people in this country as well who think um, they're I mean, they would like they're supporting the equivalent in this country, and there's this whole shift of the Overton window to the right. Oh gosh, I really don't understand it. Well, the thinking that's going on in these people's heads. I mean, for a start, um, diversity, immigration, the whole. I mean, all forms of marginalized people who are being attacked currently. They actually make our society much more wealthy, interesting, diverse. Um, the, the lack of compassion and the lack of empathy shown by people who want to turn countries like America and Britain into um, um, mono mono what's it called? Well, heterogeneous countries. Um, no, it's sort of homogeneous, as in everything being the same, people all being the same, no differences. I mean, it's difference that actually makes society, um, valuable and much more valuable. It adds so much to the value of our society to see, the range of different cultures and people, um, in so many ways. It's really hard to I mean, there's so much, and I could go into a real political, dialogue. Um, but, um, the the film in itself, it's I mean, like, one example one thing that really struck me was Harvey is young, he's grown up for many years in the USA, and how awful is it to suddenly face the risk of being deported into an unfamiliar country, somewhere that he doesn't know. The place he's familiar with is his state in the USA, and the way people have been, taken in en masse, to other countries to, um, the poor South, to countries, often to be detained in prisons in countries like El Salvador. Um, and I don't think they're always very traceable. We don't know exactly what's happening to some. I mean, some people have been picked up because of what, things they've said, articles they've written, um, especially being critical of the current regime. And then they're suddenly found 1,500 miles away. Um, and um, I was thinking about that a lot in this film. And yeah, this film was created before um, before all the horrors of 2025. This was in 2023, 24, and things weren't as bad then, but it was still felt inhumane. Um, and there's a lot of food for thought. I mean, um, covering both LGBTQIA plus and immigration and the threat of deportation, makes it a really interesting film. Now, I'm going to score it 8.25 because of its topicality, because it is, um, I mean, it was prescient of what was to come, but it didn't even go as far as how things are now. I think things are worse now. And the lack of humanity by people who somehow want to make, I mean, for a start, the USA, um, is isn't it was colonized by white people anyway. It wasn't even, um, the the First Nation, um, Americans, weren't white people. It was, there's that to think about as well. So how, um, people think that it's okay to, um remove people, who've contributed so much to the economy. It just doesn't make sense. It's just brutal. Um, now I'm gonna score it 8.25. It was an interesting film. I won't explain how it finishes up, but you can see the tension from what I explained. I'd like to know what you think about this film if you've seen it. I um Please like if you like this review. Thanks if you subscribe. Please hit the notification button. And I hope to see you again soon. Okay. Um, Bye for now.